It's Vablonsky. Hello. I'm excited today because I'm having Filipino food again. And more specifically, Filipino food that I've never seen or tried before. That's a fantastic situation. And I'm getting it from a mom and pop point and scoop eatery. It's a fitting spot to continue my journey deeper into Filipino cuisine. Come along, join me on today's episode. Hello everyone, I'm back for another episode. Thank you for joining me on this food adventure. Today I visited a place called KC Filipino. It's a point and scoop style Filipino eatery. You basically order from whatever they cook up for that day. And it's a turo style Filipino eatery. And luckily for me, a lot of the things that the proprietress, the chef, cooked up for today are things that I've never seen or tried before, so I'm in luck. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to try is bulalo. It's a beef shank soup. A lot of places don't make it. Maybe it's because beef shank is more expensive, or maybe the preparation of the soup is really time-consuming. It has chunks of shank meat in here. It's a fairly clear to kind of not clear broth. It's kind of halfway between being clear and kind of murky. It has some vegetation in here, but you can see the shank bone in here very prominently. And it's pretty generous in terms of the meat. Let me just try the broth real quick to get started. Wow. Ooh. Wow. There's a lot of onions in this broth, and I can tell the broth is very punctuated with onions. Wow, and it gives it a nice brightness and sweetness. There's a very rich beefy flavor, and there's a fattiness to the soup too. I mean, I can tell, as if, if I were to refrigerate this soup overnight and look at it, the morning after, there would be a thin layer of fat congealed on the surface. That kind of fattiness, but it tastes really good. There's a fatty kind of beefy blendedness to the broth. Wow. Okay, let me try some of this meat. Ooh. Wow. Ultra tender. I mean, it's really been cooking up for a long time, I can tell. Wow. That's moist and tender shank meat. Wow. Let me chase it with some broth. Ooh, wow. Of course, with Filipino food, you get it with rice, and I'm gonna try some of the bulalo with rice. Let me see what's in here. Well, yeah, there's lots of beef, and there's some cabbage. There's a shank bone in here. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's some marrow in there. Maybe I can dig out. This is going to be interesting. Let me get it onto my rice plate here and see what I can make of it. Ooh. Look. Oh, look. It popped out. The marrow popped out. Wow. Ooh. I can see right through this shank bone. Wow. 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 So yeah, the meat is really tender and moist. Wow. Ooh. And there's peppercorns, like whole peppercorns floating in the broth. And now it's on top of my rice. And ooh, look at that meat. Juicy, tender shank meat. Wow. Wow. And the meat is intermittently fatty, depending on you know, which specific part of the shank I'm biting into. Oh. 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 Wow. Okay, that boulalo is really good. So I'm reluctantly moving on, but let me get to my next thing. It is a goat meat preparation. It's goat meat stewed up in a tomato-based sauce. And this is a really unique and different Filipino dish. I've never seen goat meat offered up at any Filipino place before. And I'm imagining goat meat is a relatively secondary protein. It's not a primary protein like chicken and pork is, and fish, beef. You don't see a lot of goat. And let me look at my notes here. I got some things written down. I think it's called calderatang kambing. I think that's what it's called. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. Calderatang kambing. That's what I have written down. I don't know exactly what's in it other than the goat meat, and the sauce is tomato based. Oh, let me get some onto my container of rice, because you're going to eat this with rice, of course. Ooh, it's really dark and rich looking. It has a nice rich kind of dark cooked up tomato color. Here it is. Wow. Wow. Wow, that is. Let me get some more of that. Ooh, that sauce is making an impression on me. I just want to get some of that sauce to that rice. Wow, that's good. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is excellent. And the sauce is making it so. That sauce is really deeply flavorful, but it's not flat and just kind of like one note, like some tomato sauces are, where, you know, you get a kind of unsupported kind of tomato flavor, if you know what I mean. This is a deep tomato flavor, and you know that this tomato flavor came about because it was combined with other things, and it was cooked for a long time, and it was given time to develop. I'm not the greatest sleuth in the world. I don't know exactly what type of seasonings and spices are in there with the tomatoes, but given the color and the flavor, there's certainly a lot going on. Wow. Ooh. And these are obviously bone-in pieces, so you have to kind of negotiate around the bones. Wow. So my hands are getting involved as I work my way around the bones. But wow, this is good. And the rice is playing an essential role in mopping up the sauce. Wow. And as I'm looking at the sauce again more closely, you can see a kind of oiliness to it, but a good oiliness, as if the juices and the oils from the goat meat have combined with the tomato to form the sauce. Again, a really rich looking, complicated, complex, appetizing looking sauce. And eating this dish, I'm really expanding my horizons. I feel like I'm really going deep and deeper, more deeply into Filipino cuisine, because I'm eating goat meat. And again, it's not a common meat that I find at these point and scoop places. And so I'm really going in deep now with this goat meat. And, you know, Wow, they utilize goat meat too in Filipino cuisine. Uh, I don't think a lot of cuisines in East Asia really exploit goat meat. You don't really find goat meat in Chinese cuisine, for example. I'm trying to think of Korean and Japanese. I don't think goat meat is used. If it is, it's very rare and very obscure. I found this goat meat today at this KC Filipino place, but is it common? I don't know. Is the chef and proprietress digging deep when she's making this, or is this a more or less common dish? I don't know, but I'm glad I found it. Wow. Again, this is amazingly delicious. Wow. Okay, I did get a combo box, and let me move on to that. And I got two things in the combo box: chicken pastel and pork estofado. I think that's what I got. Let me look at my menu sheet here. Oh yeah, chicken pastel, which is a creamy chicken stew of some sort, and pork estofado. Pork estofado. I guess to distinguish it from some other kind of estofado, it's supposed to be something like adobo, in the sense that there's vinegar and soy sauce used in the preparation. Estofado. I think I said esfatodo or something like that earlier. Forgive me for my mangled words, but yeah, pork estofado and chicken pastel. That's what I got in this combo box with rice. Okay, as I'm looking down on the chicken pastel, it does have a kind of orangey tinge to it, but it does look creamy. And oh, it looks like thigh meat, dark meat. Wow. Wow. That is good. Wow. Yeah, it is creamy. Not overly so, but there's a palpable creaminess to it, and I like it. Wow. Again, moist and tender, stewed to perfection. It's a nice change of pace. This kind of creaminess. You don't see this in a lot of Asian cuisine, certainly not in Chinese food. Only if you kind of, deliberately have a kind of an Eastern-Western mashup like you see sometimes in Hong Kong cuisine. You have a creaminess because, you're tapping in directly into Western influences. And I'm sure this chicken pastel has a Western influence, probably a Spanish influence of some sort. A lot of Filipino dishes are inspired and have their roots in some sort of Spanish dish. I don't know if it's true of this dish. I'm suspecting that it is, but again, an Asian dish with this kind of creaminess is nice. Okay, next up, let me try this pork estofado. Ooh, there's some bone-in pieces and some filleted pieces, maybe some pork belly and some riblets, I don't know. And I can see a lot of spices involved in the preparation. Let me try it. Wow. Again, a lot of these whole peppercorns in there. Wow. And that piece was meaty and fatty, kind of like a pork belly piece. Ooh, I stabbed some here. Oh, I can see a bay leaf there. Wow. That is tasty. There's kind of a sourness to it. A kind of a gentle sourness with kind of a soy sauce flavor and a kind of residual sweetness to it. Wow. Ooh, wow. 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 And a pepperiness. Oh, wow, that is good. It does remind me of adobo, though. If you ask me what the difference is, I really don't know. It's very subtle, the difference is. And this is the first time I'm having this, so... Wow. But this is definitely delicious. Wow. There's a complexity there based on all of the spices. I mean, there's just, again, whole peppercorns, and there's a bay leaf in there. I don't know what else, but again, a sourness that's really, really balanced. Wow. Wow. Sometimes the sourness or the vinegar can be out front, too out front. You know, kind of like the lead singer of a band, the lead singer of a rock band. He's just kind of standing out near the edge of the stage, and the other players, the guitar player and the bassist and the drummer, are way back. But this is different. This is a four-piece band, and the lead singer is just intermingled with the other members of the band, kind of leaning on the guitars, literally, physically, and right next to the bass player and the drummer. He's not out there, out front, flailing away. So it's a very adeptly used vinegar, is what I'm saying. Ooh, 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 here's a fatty piece. Wow. Moist, fatty, flavorful. Oh man. One thing that I really appreciate about these Filipino episodes that I'm filming is I'm discovering more, learning more, educating myself on Filipino cuisine as I film each additional episode. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate your coming along on the journey. So please leave a comment. Give me your impressions. What do you think? What did you think of the food and of my reactions to the food? Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you liked what you saw. I'll catch you on my next food adventure. Take care for now. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.